Okay, so the first recipe that we're going to do here is one from...
It's one of mine.
One of your very own.
Well, believe it or not, there was a time when I didn't love oysters.
Yeah?
So my husband is a commercial waterman. He would bring them home all the time. And I was like, I have got to come up with a way to prepare these things that I enjoy. So these are all of my favorite things on top of an oyster. So there's bacon, there's butter, there's brandy, there's thyme, and cheese, Parmesan cheese.
Well, you can't go wrong with all that.
I think you're right.
Generally, if you put bacon and cheese on something, it's going to be good. Am I right?
Yes.
All right, so what do we start with? I think
the oysters.
Probably oysters.
Right.
So we have some beautiful oysters here.
Exactly.
And here, let's pull these up a little bit so that you can do your magic with those. We get all kinds of different oysters. We have chop tank oysters, and then we have, which is obviously from the Chop Tank River.
Right.
And then we have Bevan's oysters, which are from Virginia. And we usually get kind of a combo for people to try different things, because obviously as you go further down,
it gets saltier.
It's saltier.
Exactly.
And some people like a sweet oyster, some prefer the briny or saltier thing.
Yeah. Now, can you tell the difference where they're from, John, just by tasting it? Are your taste buds that attuned to?
They're not that attuned, but what they can tell, I can tell if they're from up the Chop Tank
versus
or how far down they are. So I can kind of get I have like a 3 oyster range, not so salty, a little bit salty, and damn, that's salty.
Well, we're going to add a little bacon to them. So if you get oysters that are a little on the fresher side, my grandmother used to always say things were fresh when they didn't have enough salt, which kind of makes sense when you think about it. She came from a waterman family, and so we always add salt when things are fresh. But we're going to add some bacon. That's going to bring some saltiness to them.
Yes.
So if you want me to just start
laying
it on here.
This
is a very easy dish too.
Yeah.
So literally, if cooking is not your thing, but you want to create a really lovely appetizer, then this is the one for you, because we're putting uncooked, just chopped bacon on it. We're going to add a little bit of this fresh thyme, because at no time to cook.
No time.
We can't do anything without
you
get what we're doing here. You've got to add a little bit of fresh thyme. If you have dried, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Just go a little bit later on that. A little bit of pepper.
Nice.
And then we're going to add a little bit of brandy. Is it okay if I just, we're chefs, right? That's what we do.
Chefs can do that.
A little bit of that.
In your own home, I don't know what to tell you, but here, this is how we do.
And then everybody gets a little hunk of butter.
Yeah.
Because everything's better with butter.
Okay, well,
bacon.
Yeah, we did talk about the bacon and the cheese,
exactly.
and we forgot the butter.
Well, so we're just going to pop these in, say, a 400-degree oven for 5-6 minutes until the oysters start to curl and the bacon cooks.
Just starts to cook through.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't want hard oysters.
Yeah.
And then we'll throw a little bit of parm on top.
Okay.
Give them another 20 seconds, and they're done.
Finish it off.
Yeah.
Do you ever do any kind of variations on this? Do you play with this at all?
All the time. Sometimes if we're feeling really fancy, instead of bacon, we'll do prosciutto on it. Or a little pecorino romano is lovely.
Yes.
Or you can vary the herbs. But you don't want anything too overpowering.
Right.
You want that oyster to sing, right?
Yeah, you do. Yeah. You want to get that flavor. So that's very cool. So we'll just put that in. Okay. Maybe you can just drop that in over there. That's lovely.
Do you want me to put it in the oven?
Okay. Great. And then let me get you a thing here.
The magic of television.
The magic
of
the television.
We happen to have.
Here, I'll move this out of the way. We can put that right there so the world can see.
Yep.
How
yummy
and
then if you wanted to be extra pretty, you could throw a little more of the
we'll put some thyme on it.
Fresh thyme, because green makes everything prettier, or parsley if you don't have it.
Exactly.
And
yeah, that's nice. Was one of the things that we often do when we're baking oysters, whether you're doing a Rockefeller or something like this, usually put a bed of either rock salt down or some kosher salt.
Exactly.
So that the oysters have a little bed to sit in and they don't tip over.
Right, because you don't want all those lovely juices that you've just created to sort of slide off of the oyster.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope that you got some ideas to recreate in your own kitchen and learned a little something along the way. For more information on our common table and our mission to eat well, protect our environment, and rebuild the local food economy one dish at a time, check out our website and join us on social media.